So singing teachers, this one is for you. We're going to explore 5 ways that we can reconnect to the joy of music. Now I'm sure doing what you do, the reason you got into it in the first place is because you have a sheer joy and passion for music and singing. And the work that we do can be incredibly rewarding, and being involved in someone's growth is really gratifying, and the people that we meet can make a real difference to the enhancement of our lives. So in that respect, we're incredibly lucky. But also a number of us, probably the majority of us, are freelance and self-employed. So we find ourselves doing multiple roles, often on a daily basis and sometimes within an hour. So on top of your singing teaching, you might also be doing performing, songwriting, song arranging, organising, administration, accountancy, publicity, marketing, negotiating, recruitment. I'm sure you can add probably about 30 more jobs to that. So what I really want to look at is keeping ourselves fresh and inspired. And these are just some of the techniques that I sometimes use to keep myself on top. So tip number 1, I would say, is get sociable. I want you to go to a gig, a concert, or go out to a nightclub and dance just for the sheer fun of doing it. So not because one of your students is in the performance, not because your colleague is performing. So go to see someone who inspires you, go to see a new artist you haven't maybe seen before, or check out a new venue. And just go, get a group of friends together, go out, enjoy music. And alternatively, you might find that you want to combine your dance floor moves with your appreciation of music. So get down to a local salsa class, a local club, whatever suits you. Get your friends together and just connect that joy of moving and appreciating music. You're not there to analyse it, you're not there to mark it, you're certainly not there to teach it, you're just there for the sheer joy. So as a singing teacher, you have students, and without your lovely students and people to work with, you don't actually get to be a teacher. So obviously we should be very thankful for those people. But also, as we realise that the brain actually has a lot more plasticity than we realised before, and we are starting to realise the value of lifelong learning. So in addition to the teaching that I do and the performing that I do, for me it's really important to stay a student. Now it's a really exciting time for vocal pedagogy. There's new things coming out all the time. We can all learn from each other, and the ideal is to have a really creative community around that. So I would say there are lots and lots of inspiring teachers out there, people that teach different styles to the styles you teach, and I've honestly done everything from beatboxing to tuba throat singing, and just for the sheer joy of learning something new and just using my voice in a different way. Now I'm not brilliant at either of those things, and I haven't used the Mongolian throat singing in anything apart from my own enjoyment, but actually being open to new approaches keeps my own approach fresh, and getting new exercises, getting new ideas, having that joy of learning. So I say, be a student, try and go to workshops, try and go to master classes, be the receiver, not always the giver. So tip number 3, a lot of people tell me, a lot of my students tell me that they really love singing in the car because it's like having your own personal space, it's walled in, no one can hear you singing, so you can do your practice and sing along. But I'm not going to promote fossil fuels, so I'm going to say do this at home, turn up your music to maximum volume, put on a singer that you absolutely love and just sing along. Make sure that you've got the house clear, you've got understanding neighbours or they're out. Turn up, pump up the jam, turn up the volume and just dance around your room, singing at the top of your voice, and just don't worry about it. Make a mistake, sing loudly, forget the words, there's no pressure on it, just turn it up, enjoy it, just get really reconnect to that, making a sound, having fun with it, playing with your voice. Now this next one is about changing it up because it's easy to get stuck in a groove, literally. So there's research that shows that the music we tend to have the strongest affiliation to is the music of our teenage years and up to our sort of early 20s, 25. And this is not surprising because it's a time of great discovery, a time of relationships, often the first time that we fall in love. So the music, and we're discovering our own tastes and styles. So the music at that time can really define us. But equally, it's easy to get stuck in that, and I think it sort of relates to that lifelong learning. You might love 90s R&B, and that's a great choice, but actually there's some fantastic music being made now. So look beyond your genre. If you're an opera buff, then explore a bit of jazz. If you love grime, then check out some old Stevie Wonder. And actually a lot of the exciting musical things happen where fusion goes on, where different people take different influences and create something new. So I would say change it up in terms of era, change it up in terms of genre, but also change it up in terms of culture. Now, I was lucky to be in the same place this summer as a band called the Kali Trio, and I'd never heard of them before, but I was in the Czech Republic at a festival. And this particular band was on and I never would have encountered their music, but to listen to something from beyond your own culture is really important. There's a whole magical, amazing world of music out there. So listen to something you've never gone to before. Go to a record shop or look online at recommendations for something you wouldn't come across ordinarily. Ask your friends, what do they listen to? But change it up. So step outside your era, step outside your genre, and step outside your culture to really explore new musical tastes. So tip number 5, or activity number 5, is now that you've discovered all this new music, you've been out dancing with your friends, I want you to create a playlist that brings you joy. So it might be something really uplifting, it might be something with yearning, it might be something that's kind of is the soundtrack to your life, something autobiographical, it might be one of your own tracks. Whatever you want to choose, but choose tracks that uplift you in some way, that connect you to a great memory, or that inspire you, and create your own playlist for joy. So these are just 5 ways in which I like to kind of reconnect to my joy of singing and music and to keep myself fresh and inspired. And you might have your own pathways to these, but I hope they provoke some thoughts and ideas. But please do explore and create your own, because they'll have so much more meaning for you.